Okay, viewers, welcome to another episode of our Fast program where we bring some up-to-date information with some motorcycle personalities. And today, last time I got this close to him, we were probably on a Speedway sidecar together. But anyway, bringing the manager of the Kurri Speedway venue, where this weekend we're going to have the inaugural TT Masters. And mate, I've got to say, we've got a pretty crack field, haven't we?
Yeah. Got a good field, mate.
111 riders are going to come.
111?
111?
Shit.
I believe it's 111. We've got 52 450s. And we're set for a fantastic evening of motorcycle racing on a venue where the big fella once said to me, you can take your motocross bikes, Cuzzo, and you can stick them right up your backside because they're not coming on the Speedway track. Well, something changed.
I used it a little bit more explicit than that.
It was.
But that was close.
Yep. So anyway, mate, much has happened out at the Speedway venue since its early beginnings, mate, where it all started at the Mini Bike Club, and now it's been instrumental in paving a lot of riders' success, particularly from the local area, such as Sam Masters, Josh Pickering, your son Mason Road, Rowan Tungate now. You know, they've used this venue for their own progress. So this weekend, mate, what's the go for this weekend now?
Well, this weekend, like you said, we've got a crack field, and it's going to be really good, and it's going to open a lot of people's eyes because it's a technical little track, and I think the riders will have the time of their lives, and I hope the audience that come will enjoy it as well, you know, which they will, because they'll see some really good close handlebar and elbow racing.
I think, look, to be honest, and you know, we use the track quite often going back over a few years, doing some coaching days out there. So the beauty about this circuit, it's not like typical dirt track venues. It's not like typical dirt track, is it? Where you go and you go and get a 65 horsepower methanol burning weapon. We've got a technical circuit where that's what it is. It's going to be technical. It's going to be a smart, smooth rider that can ride hard, ride smart, and be able to pass and even come from behind.
You don't need a horsepower bike to do it.
No,
you can go out there, if you're a good rider, you can go out there with a standard bike and really lace it up, you know. And I think that's what a lot of boys are looking at. But you still got your boys with their bikes that they ride all the time, which are going to have the horsepower bikes. They can't help that sort of thing, you know, because they've got them there.
Yep.
But I think the people that go out there with the standard bike, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, most certainly.
Really looking forward to it. And I know a lot of people are. Yeah, they're a bit dubious on the price to get in, but when you're running an open meeting, people don't realise what it takes to run an open meeting like that, or a speedway meeting. That's just a guard dog. He's pretty all right. But yeah, I think it'll go all right, mate. I think it'll be a really, really good day and a good afternoon, a good night. And we're not going to dick around. We're going to bang them through. First up, then we're going to relax a bit because time-wise.
Yep.
We don't want to be like slowly finishing at 1:30 in the morning.
No.
We're going to be done from there by 9:30, 10 at the latest.
Yeah, so, that'd be nice, eh? Because at the end of the day, you know, we've got a field of motocross machines. So, you know, from the juniors through to the clubman class, and then the MX 250, the MX 450, and then we're going to roll out the night with I'm good if you want to.
Thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, so I think it's the program itself, like, you know, and for any rider, no, I'm good, mate. For any rider to try and put their name down and think they're going to come and clean up and they're going to win, that's going to be a pretty bold statement, because the depth of riders. You know, we've got young Seth Kowalczewski coming down from...
How do you pronounce it?
Kowalczewski.
That's a mouthful for a commentator.
Mate, this kid can ride a motorbike, let me tell you. He can ride a motorbike. I did a coaching day up at Mike Hatcher Park with him a few years ago when he was in juniors, and he could ride a motorbike then, and he's only been going to progress from there. So I'm looking forward to watching him ride around here. You got Benny Grabham, Daniel Wicks, you know.
Well, look at Wixie. Good kid, good family.
Yeah.
And they love to compete and have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. So
They're really good people. I like. They're bush people.
yeah, don't exactly, mate. And Daniel might even bring the whip.
I hope so.
Do some cracking.
I've got a few girls out there who can crack along to get them up and doing their job properly.
Yeah, but mate, look, I'm looking forward to it. So, tell us a little bit about the venue, mate, because you know I know a lot of people don't realise what goes on behind the scenes.
They don't, and that's why they can get on Facebook and give it to us, but they don't really know what's happening.
Mm.
You know, like for example, the toilets there the week or a few weeks ago. I'm not going to say what they were blocked up with, but they were women's products, and we got bins there for them, and they done it. So now we give them the John Wayne tracing paper.
Yeah,
that's on little square things.
Yeah, that's where
they had the good thing. They had the good soft sorbent and all that, but what can you do, mate? Like the lights, you know yourself with the lights. It weren't our problem. It was something that happened with the lights, and we've got that half sorted. So
yeah, we got that sorted out. So
and, yeah, we're happening. It's going to be really, I tell you, I haven't looked forward to a meeting. I've run heaps of Australian Speedway solo titles, but I haven't looked forward to a meeting like this that I've ever looked forward to since going, you know, because I reckon it's going to be a jazz singer.
It is, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good meeting, so we're nearly ready to go.
And if we can keep Cazzo on the front line of the grid with the tapes and stop him jumping it, we'll be laughing.
I don't jump starts, mate. Look, I just got quick reflexes and I get out of there before. And why would I want to hang around at the start? Why would I want to hang around at the start?
We won't talk about that, will we? You know?
I've said to everyone, everyone worries about how I start, but no one ever worries about how I bloody finish me races, but I'm always copping a ribbon about how I start.
Listen, I've known you since you're a little gollywog about that eye. Like, I mean a gollywog, that curly fucking black hair, you know? And I've known you that long, and I know what you're like. I've followed you all through your career, mate.
I remember.
And it's really good to see you putting a bit back in. Like, a lot of the Speedway riders will come back home and they don't want to put in, there's only a couple. The rest want to just get you for your cash or whatever they want to get out of it to ride. You know, and that track was put there for them to learn their craft and to go overseas and be good riders. But they come back and hit you for the big dollars, you know, and sometimes it's a bit rough. We've had a bad time the last couple of years, but we're over that. We're going ahead again. And
the COVID's crippled a lot of places, hasn't it?
It's not only the COVID. It was before the COVID, mate. It was just like Slady with that Australian title, you know, that's just how it is. And we've come back from that, which is good, and we're kicking goals.
Yeah, and it is good because full field, and I think the entry list speaks for itself volumes. You know what I mean?
It's some of the best in Australia, mate.
Yep, I know the North Brisbane Cup's on, but that's north of the border, and it was only a couple of weeks ago you couldn't even cross the border. So the riders we've got here weren't even going to go to the Brisbane Cup anyway.
Well,
so they're always going to come here.
Yeah.
So, but it's good we've got a few riders come out too. I know Mick Kirkness, I spoke to Mick a couple of weeks ago.
We've got a maintenance man doing a bit here. He's here for a drill, but hey, tell them we're all good.
We got Daniel Lenane, former Curry footballer here. Besides doing a bit of work out
Hollywood Lenane, thank you.
Doing a bit of work out in front of Pete's now. Adding a little bit of security. Had a bit of an episode here yesterday afternoon, but anyway, we put that behind us now.
Fucking machete was going to cut me head off. Hey? That's all right. We've handled it. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, it's all good. But look, in going forward, so we're gates open at 12:30.
Yeah.
Racing's getting underway at 2:30.
2:30, and we're going to nick them through so we can relax and just go through the program steadily and nicely and do the track and get it all fluffed and prepared for the boys. But afternoon they'll be going through quick. So the nighttime session it'll be set up for that, you know. Yeah. And we've got to, because we've got how many heats we got? 5 heats of 450s. Yeah, but how many are what? 5 heats of 450s. You're going to have 2 grids of the 250s. Then you've got your clubmen and you've got your 2 junior races as well. So
per round, you're probably going to have 5, 7, 10 races per round.
Yeah, there you go.
Punching them through, 6 lap. I think the 6 lap heats.
60, 70 races.
Yeah, done
Done.
and dusted. So,
But like I said, we don't want to be like other clubs and take it through till 1 or 2 in the morning. We want to be finished drinking, having a beer with each other at about 9:45, half-past 9.
Yep. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about the Speedway, because I know that Motorcycle Australia have canned the Australian Speedway Championship again, and from a club's point of view and a promoter's point of view, that's pretty difficult, I suppose, and particularly for the riders, it's a bit of a letdown,
It's a crock
really.
of shit, excuse me, because they done it too early. Right? Listen, I speak without a filter. I'm telling you how it is. They done it too early, and they what it was they were thinking COVID, right?
Yeah.
But that many rules have changed since then. Now, we could have had all them meetings that we had booked in to have. But then again, it's just put the clubs backwards. And every one of them are clubs. There's no private promoters in it.
Yeah.
Every one is a club.
Yeah.
Like Darcy, I don't know how he's going up there. I don't think he's a private promoter in Brisbane with that. But yeah, it's all club stuff, you know. And the clubs have got to be looked after to keep it going, so we can still bring the juniors through.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't got the juniors, you haven't got nothing.
No, exactly, and that's
You know?
I've always
It's the
said
same as
that.
footy, cricket, soccer, anything.
And I've said this time and time again. The NRL with their junior program, when they loaded up that bus and went into the country and regional areas of Australia, and now, mate, you're getting 16 and 17-year-old monsters now as first grade rugby league players. You know, so they knew what the issue was, and you need to have a good junior support.
Yeah.
And I look at it now, the junior. Oh,
The wind. Just tell them it's the wind.
it's the wind, not coming out of us. It's the wind. A bit of a breeze coming through here at the moment, but yeah, the juniors are our backbone of the future in our racing. So.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to make sure the juniors are accommodated for. And mate, we had a good coaching day out there last weekend, didn't we? Both days, and geez, we had some good young juniors coming through.
Well, they are, mate. And you don't know if they're going to keep going at that or road racing or get onto a speedway bike. You know, and speedway is sort of the more. It's how do you say? It's cheaper for them to do speedway than it is road racing. You know that yourself.
Yeah.
So
Two straights and 2 corners, 2 and on the little junior speedway bikes they ride. They're not going particularly fast, but they're learning their craft.
Yes.
They're learning their craft, and it's a
about.
good base.
Yes.
It is a good base.
Very much so, mate.
And now I suppose, like, you look at a few junior riders that we've lost from the dirt track scene, because speedway within itself is its own discipline. When you've got juniors now, it's got the opportunity to go overseas, like young James Pearson. James was a great young talent coming through on the junior dirt track, but they dropped that, pursued their speedway racing.
They did.
And
they
then
come to me,
look at him now.
and we sorted him out and got him going. And
Yep.
I remember a young kid riding around the junior track without a seat on. He's crying. He said, "Why should we do this?" And Mason said, "Well, that's how he's going to teach you to turn a bike and learn to sit on a bike." And now, well,
Good to watch. He's good to watch, isn't he?
he's very good, mate. He's a good young talent. And I'll tell you what makes it better, Paul, is he's a little gentleman.
He's not, yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
He's no bullshit. He's no prima donna. He's been to Denmark and rode over there. He's done this and done that, right?
Yep.
But he's no prima donna. And there's a lot of prima donnas in the sport. Come back over here and think, I could mention 1 or 2 now that's come back that's only started their career. But I won't. And I think they might know who they are because I'm not mentioning this type thing. But they said, we're professionals now. We don't have to do this. Well, don't do it. Go somewhere else. I remember Maxie Frick's dad, right? Chasing all the meetings he could.
To get the
Max
experience.
in, to get the experience.
Get experience.
Roger. And a great bloke. He's a good man.
Yeah.
And Max's family, they're top people, mate.
Fully committed to his...
Fully
isn't he?
committed. That's why Max is where he is.
I remember we had him down at the Institute of Sport, mate. He was like a sponge.
I remember that.
He took everything in down there. He was awesome. You could tell the kid was so committed.
Well, you got Sammy Masters here, right? And Pickup.
Yep.
There's a lot of difference in experience there because Sammy's been doing it a bit longer, right? Sammy's at the peak of his career now, where he should be starting to happen and try and take on challenges, GP challenges and that. Like Pico hasn't had the experience that Sam's had, and he's going to come on. Pico's going to come on. Then you got the Hobbit, the little angry flea, the Australian flea they call him over in Poland. The Australian flea.
Rowan.
Yeah, the Hobbit. He's the only kid I know that races over there where they put 4 midgets there for his flag girls. Right? 4 midgets. I couldn't believe it. Red, blue, white and yellow. I couldn't believe it. And they're little...
You are unbelievable.
No,
That's
true.
why I said we're not going live.
It's true.
Yeah. But mate, look, hey, and he's just landed. He's just got back home. He missed the New South Wales Championship, but went straight up and took out the Darcy Ward the other night.
He's riding fast. He's got a very good motor with him. He brought a good motor home to try. And it honks. Trust me, it honks.
Yeah, so I did watch the final up there, and yeah, he was on it, that's for sure. But mate, there's a kid too. Like he was in the dirt track. He went from dirt track to speedway.
How did Pico let that other kid beat him in that final? Was it the final of that? Now who won? There was Rowan.
There was Rowan, Ryan Douglas, Jack Holder, and Pico.
Was it Jack Holder? Sorry, it was in a heat before that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what's going on with you, Pico. But that's speedway. That happens. You can lose one and come out and win the next one.
I only just called into Josh's actually and just dropped the whirler for him for Saturday night. So, but yeah, he was saying he just tried something in the final, it didn't work, and he said that's just speedway, and it's good. That's how he takes it. He said, you know what, you try things, and he said at the end of the day, it either works or it don't, and it didn't work for him, and he accepted it. You know, but he'll roll on from that and he'll learn from it. But I'm looking forward to getting on the start line with him and Sam and
I hope Sam rides.
Yeah, Sam will ride. I said to Sam,
I hope so.
Sam, remember what I said yesterday afternoon? If you need anything, give me a buzz.
Sam, I've got a bike there for you. Give me a buzz. All right, there's
He's
one
ready.
there.
He's ready to go. He knows the number 33. He'll be there. I said, if you haven't got numbers on your bike, electricians take number 1, Sam.
Sammy was one of the best dirt track riders in Australia.
He's
before
unreal.
He got into the speedway.
Smooth.
And he could ride a long track bike, like a long tracker.
Yep.
I remember he had that 250. His old man done up was a bucket of shit, but Sam made it look like it was a good thing. You know what I mean?
Just smooth.
No disrespect, Pete. I'm just letting you know, brother, monkey friends. I'm just letting you know. No disrespect. Hey.
I always knew. I knew this was going to be a colourful conversation because I've known the big fella for many years. We go back. Remember the old Twin City Speedway days on the old Jet? Remember you had the old Jet and the clutch used to stay on for 2 laps. You'd fall off. So you have to walk around the
nut.
You have to
go
walk.
Put it back on.
You have to walk around the track and find the nut.
Hey, but she run on methanol and that, but she smelled
Mate,
really
if you had that Jet now, let me tell you, she was the black with the red pinstripe Jet. That thing would be worth $30,000 now if you still had that.
And I had that old 2-valve jar I got off Endo.
Yep.
Johnny Anderson. He put me in a race up at Taree, and he said to me, I said, "Where's my brakes?" He said, "There." And it was a cork disc on the sprocket. He said, "You don't need fucking brakes. You don't need them." And I thought, righto, I'll have a crack. I did. I had a crack. It was good fun.
I remember I didn't go out to the Curry Club Day, but I know you impressed a few of the boys out there at Crazes on the RM500.
Oh, that was years ago. I weren't that an RM, an 83E, that was, I'm sure. Was it? An 80?
X.
X.
Might have been the X model.
And I'll tell you what, hey, I'll tell you why I got that. It's a story there. I used to go riding with Chudley and all them. They had the T2s and the fucking X2s and all that shit. So they used to pass me and flick the clutch and throw bricks at me on the old road out the hospital. Because I was in one of those, what do you call them? They had the motor in, they were proper sand cart type thing. So anyway.
Odyssey.
Yeah, an
Odyssey.
Odyssey. That's it, an Odyssey. So I've gone down to Phil Lovett. Well, it weren't Phil, it was his brother.
Frank.
Frank.
At Fraser's.
At Fraser. I said to Frank, listen, mate, I'm getting really fucked over here. They're throwing bricks at me everywhere. And he said, listen, I've got a bloke that just traded this in. He shit himself and put it in the shed for fucking 12 months. And it was, well, I knew it as the RME 500, right?
Yep.
And we had this day out there, we were ready to go, and I didn't tell him I had one. And I used to go past and throwing big boulders.
On the RM you were.
Yeah,
They were a weapon.
They were a weapon, mate.
They were a weapon. That was back in the days when Beetle was on them.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful bike. Still, hey, handle like anything. But a young bloke on one of them. That was good. And what did you think about the sidecar you used to ride?
I thought it was unreal.
When I was incapacitated there with a broken leg and a broken back and a broken neck.
Yep. And then you was just spending your weekends away there for a little bit. So when you were spending your weekends away, I had the opportunity to ride his lowliner, and
I used to sit down and listen to you on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that was a go.
Down at Tomigo Park Hotel.
Jerilderie Park or Tomigo or the International Motor Range?
You was at the Tomigo Park Hotel.
I was.
I was at the motor
I
range.
was.
Yeah, but we had some fun on the old Speedway sidecars. I know the one I used to have, it never had an engine in it. I used to roll it down Mum and Dad's driveway and flick it sideways down the end, waiting for an engine for this thing, and that's where we started.
Yes.
That was in 1988.
Yeah.
But we've had some fun.
Had good fun.
We have had some fun, yeah.
And your old man used to say to me and Clifford, "You's racing tonight, boys?" "Yeah, mate. Yeah, Bob." "You coming?" "Yeah, mate, I'm coming." I said, "Do you want to come in the truck with us?" He said, "No." Because we never knew when we were going to get home.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, "Same rules." I said, "What's that?" He said, "A large each on your way. A large bottle." He said, "That was back in the 80s and that. You didn't."
Well, that's what Dad used to always stay. It used to stop at Cricketers Arms Hotel down opposite the Sydney Showground, and him and Duncan always had 3 schooners.
Yeah.
They had 3 schooners before they went out there. And that was the 70s because you could, but you know what? If it was going to be his last time he ever had a schooner with someone, he wanted to make sure it was his passenger.
Exactly right, mate.
I understand where he was coming from then, but...
Hey, no, hey, you can't say it up the bound because that's how it was in the day.
That's how it was. That's how it was, and it wasn't only beer that some of them probably used to have back in the day.
Well,
they used to run nitromethane in their fuel and get away with it, and everyone knew it was common knowledge.
Well, you'd see all the black fellas down there sniffing it. Bobby would have been one of them. He had a bit of keen in him, didn't he?
Yeah, but anyway.
I told him that one night and he said, "Wake up, you won't come."
Now, how can I put this on here?
Easy.
I can't.
You can. Because you know why? It's not choreographs.
Yeah, I said it was going to be colourful.
It's
But anyway,
not choreographed.
No, it is. That's right, it's not choreographed. So, what's in store for the Speedway now, mate?
Well, a lot actually. We've got some good shit coming up. And we might put this meeting on towards Christmas. And it'll be another dirt track classic type thing. And we might call it the Paul Casey Classic. If you like.
Well, I am
you
a
want
bit of
that?
a classic. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Well,
Particularly in the town where I grew up.
It gives you a bit of knowledge back, or incentive back, and like, you know what I mean? You've done a lot for the fucking sport. I know that, and you know that. But a lot of other people don't know what you do behind the scenes. They think you just go there and take the prize money home. Well, he does do that, but he's good enough to do it. Someone else beat him.
I've had plenty of people say to me that I do nothing. I don't do anything. I don't do nothing for the clubs, and I don't do any work. I do plenty of work behind the handlebars. Don't worry about that.
You do a lot behind the scenes that people don't know about, and my only thing to that, reply to that, is go fuck yourself, because they don't know.
They don't know.
Thank you.
No, they don't.
Thanks, mate.
See you, buddy. Hero, mate.
Just saying hello to my handyman, eh? The next door neighbour. He good bloke.
He'd be a handful living next door to the big fella.
Hey, I know what the intervals will be. Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty going on out there.
No, there is, mate. There's a lot of, we're going to have a lot of shit happening. And like I said, I open up the venue. Like, it's not going to be sliders, sidecars, or whatever. It's going to be the carts, everything else.
24 minutes. I've got my glasses off, so they'll look at that. But
well, I better shut up and let you go.
no, it's all good. But we've got, we've had we've got rain forecast up here for the next couple of days, but don't worry about
it's
that.
not
It
gonna
won't
affect us.
deter anything. All that's going to do is just bring the moisture up in the track. The track's going to be perfect. It won't be like it was on Boxing Night, boys. Let me
better.
tell you,
Be
it'll be
better.
better than what it was on Boxing Night. There's going to be plenty of bite out there. So come prepared. It's going to be a fantastic event.
Bring your Velcro and duct tape with you.
I'm not going to go into that.
No.
But anyway, look, thanks for Pete for giving us the time here on Fast. Have a bit of a chat in the lead up to the inaugural TT Masters out here at Kurri Speedway. Hit the like and share button. I always knew it was going to be colourful.
Just
Lucky we didn't go live.
Let it go, because it is what it is, and we could have another hour here talking about how speedway and dirt track and motocross, or not so much motocross, but speedway and dirt track is going in this country. And then what some idiots are trying to pull it up.
No, I tell you what, there's I don't want to get involved in the politics, because let me tell you, there'd be plenty of naming and shaming that, absolutely. But I won't get
Peter
into
Trump is one, no? Political.
that. Political.
I'd fucking tell you a lot of stories, mate, but you wouldn't put it on here.
Yeah. But anyway, look, thanks to the viewers. Another episode of Fast. And see you out there on Saturday afternoon for a fantastic evening at the
You'll have a
Kurri
cracker,
Speedway.
mate. You'll have a cracker. Have a cracker.
Thanks, big fella.
Thanks, mate.
No worries at all. Thanks, Campo.
All right.
Okay, cheerio.